up, y'all? Thank you for tuning in. Today, Rumor is Down with special guest
Imani K, Washington, D.C.
So, first of all, thank you for supporting us from the very, very, very beginning, since beta testing and all of that. We truly appreciate it. Mm-hmm. So, this first segment it's just going to be called Finish the Sentence. So I'm going to give you 3 sentences and you just finish it. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So the first one is, sometimes I look back at my life and
I see I'm fucking awesome.
From time to time, it's good to
stop, reflect, and celebrate the small things.
I like it. And today looks like a good day to
be fucking awesome. Scratch that. 2 things came in my mind at the same time. That's horrible. This is what happens when 6 people live up there. The council is not agreeing on this one.
Okay. Today looks like a good day to
take up space. There we go. They agree.
I like it. Okay. Yeah. I got you. All right, Imani. So how did you get started as a tattoo artist? And, what even made you want to become a tattoo artist?
So I started tattooing because it was more of a challenge. I was getting tattooed by this white guy and he had asked me out and I turned him down for that. But he was still he seemed kind. Okay. So I thought to ask him later about an apprenticeship, because then that was a way we could keep our relationship going in terms of art and all that connectivity minus intimacy jams and that weird shit. Mm-hmm. And he said he would never apprentice a Black person, let alone a woman. And I was like, cool. And wow. I took it more as a challenge. So it was one of those things when I asked him, and it kind of goes into how I came into tattooing. But when I asked him, it was because I was getting tattooed because I'm a self-harmer. And what I was doing, I had a mindset shift when I was in college where instead of cutting, I would start saving to go get tattooed. So at some point, I gotten a few tattoos from this guy up in DC, and I noticed that I was going more. At my one job that I ever had at Ritz Camera, I was stressed out there, so I was going to go get tattooed a lot more. So I just kind of I didn't want an apprenticeship to actually tattoo and serve other people, which is what it catapulted me into as a challenge. I just wanted to learn what I was allowing someone else to do to me in such an intimate space. He didn't have to know, and I never told him that I was there because I'm mentally insane and I wanted to do all of these imploding things to myself, but I still wanted to know what I was allowing someone to do to me. I mean, hood rules dictate, if you're moving, you don't let other people count your cash. Mm-hmm. Right. So even if you have somebody to count your cash, you still need to know what your cash looks like. I use those same rules for a lot of things, including what I allow people to do to me in my own intimate space. So even if I'm not vulnerable about why I'm there, I still need to know, why am I allowing you to do this? So mm-hmm. That was that. He told me no. That was my last tattoo. I wasn't mad about it. I was like, great, you showed yourself. Thank you. Wow.
Wow.
And that literally challenge, set, match. Before you know it, I met Chris. I was celebrating getting a government contract in my business. I had a photography business coming out of college, and that's what I was working at Ritz for, to build that. So I got my first big government contract. It was paying well. I was like, that's what's up. And I went to go get tattooed, and that would be this little piece of thing right here. Sorry.
Oh, wow.
use the ash on my hands.
It's all good.
I mean, we wash our hands, guys. No, um,
It's all good over here.
but but I was getting tattooed from him as a celebration, and it was kind of serendipitous because me and Chris lived in the same neighborhood. I processed and commented on some of his tattoo pictures as a lab tech at Ritz Camera. So we've come into contact so many times, and I didn't even realize it. He remembered me when I sat down and was like, "Hey,
Wow.
neighbor." And next
No
thing you know,
way.
I was like, and I'll be the best. And and he was like, yeah, come by and let's see what you got. And the girl that he had, like, I kind of like kicked her out because I was way too like I was in 10 toes down. Like he opened the door and
Wow.
I'm in that bitch. Let's go.
I love it. I love it. So I don't know if this is too personal or not. You mentioned self-harm, right? So over the years, how have you like dealt with mental struggles? Like, what's your way to, cope or to, address with anything that you're struggling with mentally?
So it used to be to get tattooed. And I think in long term, like in tattooing and helping other people through their struggles and stuff as a tattoo therapist, um, that's helped me actually, who helps the helper? Usually the helper gets help from helping other people, especially if that's your love language. Like serving other people is my love language. So I get help just from being able to help other people. A lot of times I'm attracting what it is that I'm either going through or what I'm overcoming. And it's always at the right moment that that customer comes into my life. I've had psychotherapists in my chair. I've had wellness coaches in my chair, success coaches, but literally just being around like my customer kinship because literally they are who I am. There's a word I want to say it's South African, and excuse me if I can't pinpoint. I do, yeah. Ubuntu. I am because we are.
Okay.
What that means. So I am, in terms of my own healing, being able to heal others while I heal myself. I am healed because I'm helping to heal other people. So that's usually how I get through my stress. It's just tattooing
That's
is a good
beautiful.
deal. Other than that, I play a lot of video games. I do J fashion, Japanese street fashion, and I make myself big and obnoxious on the internet in my own personal spaces because I can.
I love it. I love the attitude. It's like I'm me. It doesn't matter. Like I'm just gonna be dope. Period.
But I'm starting to learn. Like we're taught like to be humble and not brag on our. But we never get anywhere if you never actually accept and appreciate yourself, which means that you're going to come into a space where you're going to brag on yourself. That doesn't mean, shit on other people, but hell no, like, so my space is, I'm my biggest cheerleader. So the days other people don't want to cheer for my black ass, I can cheer for myself, and that's fine. That's fine. As long as I can get to the next tattoo and I'm in well spirits to actually tattoo, then that's really all that matters.
I love that. I love that. So, in your opinion, how has the tattoo industry changed over the years? What? What's so funny?
I was just telling my apprentice, I was like, you little spoiled brats.
You got it easy.
Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Like they got so many machines and gadgets and technology.
Okay.
Like I had to take my apprentice's iPad away. Like I was like, no, you're not drawing on your iPad. Like you can't even trace on tracing paper. This is a problem. Like, and she's just like, so back to basics. And I was like, every goddamn month, 1 week back to basics. I'm not doing this. I think technology has changed it a lot. Like a whole lot. I can travel with a small lunchbox, and I wish I had my lunchbox. It's probably about, I do. A small lunchbox that usually has all of my tattoo tools in it. Before, you'd have to have a case that was like, yay, hi, and you had to have
Wow.
something for like stainless steel tubes. You had to have damn near your own autoclave and
Wow.
sterilization kit. Um, your gloves, like everything you needed had to be like in this thing that was like a bunch of mini suitcases and don't
Mhm.
like flying like the weight restriction and shit, like that would fuck you up. I have this now. Like, I'm like, I have a tattoo pen that fits here. I can
Mhm.
put all my ointments and things in nice, pretty packages.
Crazy.
And like, like my gloves and stuff live in a whole other. It's crazy. So technology has changed. We use pens now, and now the pens have like they're taking the cords away. So like, and sorry if I sound amazed. It's just
No,
really
you're good.
it's really weird because one, I was laughed at, and I laughed at myself when I came into tattooing because ADD dictated that I was never going to find anything I'd want to stick with.
Mhm.
So my friends, my brothers actually laughed me out like, yeah, we'll see how long you stick with this. And I was too. So to see things actually change, like to be in an industry for 17 plus years and see shit change, like from literally not being able to find other Black tattoo artists to like kaboom to like the technology, like it's a lot that's changed. And it's just amazing to see like the evolution of things.
Yeah. Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So when a client comes to you with a tattoo idea, which of those ideas inspire you? Or do you inspire
Um,
yourself?
it's
Like
really the
say that again.
you froze, huh?
Oh,
You froze.
okay. We're gonna get this. When a client comes to you with a tattoo idea, which of those ideas inspire you?
So a lot of things inspire me. So I'd say 9 times out of 10, it's usually more of like the client's energy that inspires me the most. Like they're excited about getting the tattoo or curious about the journey and just learning something new. That's a whole different energy.
Mhm.
People who I won't say are needy, but who are coming not because they need the tattoo, but there's something else there that they need. That energy inspires me. It's energy that inspires me to actually show up and do my best. Fuck the tattoo. Like the tattoo is already I'm going to do my best there because it's not paper we can erase and we don't get it back. But in terms of just overall, what inspires me is, and I'm not a people person. So energy is something that inspires me to get out of my shell and show up for that person. So, if there's a need, if there's something that I know confidently that I can meet as an artist, and I'm not breaching any boundaries or anything, and there's no ego in the way, I'm
Mhm.
happy to be there. So, and that's generally why I have to have consultations first. Is because I want to make sure our energies play well together. There's been times that I've gotten on consultation and it's already like a standoff. Like this person's looking at me like, what the fuck? And I'm looking at them like, what you looking at, Slim? Like, and that doesn't work out well. um,
Gotcha.
um, so it's more of like people and their energies. Like when they're happy to be there, they're happy to learn something new. They're just excited about getting the art. And especially, not to be braggadocious, but fuck it. If they're excited about my art, so that I can practice my styles and put my own feel good energy into their pieces. Those are the things that inspire me more than, actual tattoo ideas.
Okay.
Um, I think I've nixed out like the things that don't inspire me. So like I don't do dark stuff. I don't do skulls. I don't do dumb kitschy tattoos that are on Pinterest. Like there are certain things that most artists will yell about and complain about. I've niched so like I got tired of yelling and complaining in my first 5 years. So I was just like, fuck it, I'm just not doing it. The end. Like, it doesn't serve me. It doesn't serve my client. I don't do small tattoos because it's like small talk. I don't like when people just inbox me and they're like, hi. I'm like, hi, what do you want? So, things like that, like small tattoos equate to that for me. I want to build relationships. I want to know this person so I can fully serve this person.
I love that.
So
I love that.
That's what actually inspires me,
Okay, so
the, not necessarily the art, the icing.
I got you. I got you. So if someone wants to come to you for a tattoo, what do they have to say? Like, what do they have to want? Like, what is it that you're saying yes to?
I'm saying yes to anything that's not dark, that's not kitschy, and that we can walk through. So my client gave me this framework to put into my work. So that it's like a kill switch. Every contract has a kill switch, right? So my kill switch is a 3 C's. It has to be creativity, consideration, and communication. So as long as there's creativity there and it's not like, I want this, because that's whack, then we're good. So clients don't really have to say much of anything. A lot of times people get a better response, I guess you could say, if it's, I've been looking for a particular artist, or I've been looking to find out if you could do this particular work, or I've seen your work and I wanted to see if we could work together on this piece. I like words like collaboration. I'm not just a tattoo artist. Like, I mean, it's going on your body for the rest of your life. You're kind of like, you have to have some say so, you know what I mean? So it's more of a collaboration. So I'm usually more intrigued when people are ready to come collaborate, when they're already like, this is my idea, but I'm ready to come to the table and see how we make this work together. Those are, I'm really big on what I call a two-way street. Like, everything is a two-way street. So, a lot of times, most of the time these days, business isn't a two-way street. So it's like, you come, you sit, you get tattooed, you get the tattoo, you leave. Well, you can't really do that with humans, because I mean, it's an experience, and that experience is going to be with them just as long as a tattoo. So, and that I want to make sure that experience is both ways, so that customer can hold me accountable the same way I can hold them accountable. And it's the same playing field. I just happen to be the one with the needles. So,
so in your opinion, no, it has to be your opinion, but what's the most meaningful tattoo you've ever done?
Oh man. So there's a lot.
There's a lot.
Whole lot. But I'll tell you, the most meaningful one to me that I've done, and I actually just posted it on Instagram. It's a back piece I did that says rebel, and rebel is in French. But it's meaningful to me because it's Nefertiti, but like, it's like a hood girl. She's got this snarl. She's got on her gazelle glasses and stuff. And it's just very relatable because of the era that I come from in terms of the 80s. So it's just like, yeah, like, I can still be a queen and still turn up. Like, you can get this work. But at the same time, I definitely, it's just it's a space that reminds you to take up space, be your best, take up space. And just the experience with the customer was the greatest as well. She still is, I've never seen her again. She still talks about the piece. She still talks about her experience. And I think knowing that those things happen, that's also why I say there are so many, because there have also been times when I couldn't identify my work, and my customers have come up to me like flailing, like, you couldn't realize that you did this, girl. And like, yeah, it's so weird. I mean, it's not weird in a bad way, but it's just like, I don't recognize my work once I put it out there. But just to see customers' reactions and the fact that they're still enjoying it 5, 10, 15 years later. Like, so, it's one of those things where it's just like, those are all meaningful to me. I actually share customer reactions because that's the most meaningful part of the tattoo experience for me. Not doing the tattoo, like watching somebody. I'm dysmorphic, so I also have a different relationship with the mirror. So watching somebody in the mirror, like enjoying their body, and they're like, yeah, you did that. Oh my God. I'm like, yeah, like, you give me like, so yeah.
Okay. Have you had any experiences where you've like cried with a client or like, you know, like a bit like a touching experience? Yeah. Does
We
it
have
happen often? Is it like
so since my clientele, with working with my clientele is all about building relationships, it does happen more times than not. And actually COVID showed me that. It wasn't until COVID that I learned how much I do with my clients that's not necessarily attached to tattoo.
mm,
Um, but yeah, like what one of my clients, Tariq, we were finishing the sleeve, and one day he came in because his money didn't come through and he was stressed out. I know this brother. I know he's not about to get me for the couple stacks, you know, that he was going for. I know he's good for it, but I also know, you know, while I could do the work, it was going to stress him out for me to do the work and for him to walk away knowing that he owed me. Like that's a whole mental thing that I was like, nah, like I get it, let's go get ramen. Like, I'm gonna order us ramen. You gonna chill out because you real anxious right now, and it's fucking with my anxiety. So let's
mm,
just chill out. Let's just, let's just release, and we'll find
wow.
another day. And just, slowing down with customers. I do it often. I have customers who will literally just come down and just be like, so you want to go for some ramen and green tea and some drinks, huh?
Oh,
And I'm just like, yeah, let's do it, and it's just, just after you spend so much time together, you become like family. So it's just like, yeah, I was in the area, so I was thinking maybe we could go do the thing. And I'm just like, yeah, let's do it. Let's pull up. But also that's how I was raised in tattoo, like you actually commune with your customers. Me and Maya, me and Chris, like it was nothing to be like, y'all want to go around to the bar and you treat your customers like family. And as such, they become family, especially when you're doing like big body art pieces, you have to get to know that person to serve them. So there have been a lot of times. My
mm,
number one is still my number one money making sleeve. The chick lives in Dallas now. She's married, and I think we did this close to 17 years ago, like literally.
wow.
And um, there were times like she'd come down from Baltimore to DC and she'd be like, I just wanted to honor my appointment, but I don't feel like getting tattooed today. Can we do something else? Yeah, let's
Wow.
go to the bar and let's talk about the next ideas and the next steps. No problem. Or, she's come down and, mentally something has led me a jar where I can't tattoo, where she's understood and she's just like, let's go get a drink and talk about the next steps, and she'll feed me the same things that I've, gotten to get her to slow down or anything like that, and we work out that way together. We did that, I think, like over 20 hours of her sleep together. 15 of it, no, it was 20 hours of tattoo. I want to say maybe like to match that was probably like another 15 hours of just kicking it and getting to know each other to make that
Wow.
tattoo happen. But
Wow.
it's also still my number one money maker, and that's almost 17 years ago.
Wow.
So that energy still serves me to this
Mm.
day, and that's always worth it. So it's
Yeah,
tons.
definitely. Wow, Bonnie, wow. Okay, so part of our mission is to educate people on the importance of self-love. All right. So with a busy schedule, how do you practice loving yourself? How do you show yourself a good time? I don't know.
Hey girl, no. Who are you talking to? No. Um, um, so I do influencer work. I have my Instagram, my personal Instagram is very pink, it's very poppy, it's very much for other people a serotonin boost. For me, it is an accountability space and a place for me to actually show myself self-love. Um, so I keep a lot of things there. I keep tangibles there. In case I get tired and need a booster, I can look at some of those tangibles there. Um, if my brain's tired, but I need like something to help me in terms of a jolt of creativity, especially for tattoo, then there are things there expressly for that. And I post in a way that literally like I can go to those things fast. And then influencer work. I like to dress up. I do Japanese street fashion. And I spend a lot of time in my studio, even if I'm not tattooing. So I keep stuff there. Like I have a whole makeup kit there. Um, and when clothes come in for work, then I leave them there. So when I do have a break in the day, or it's just like, hey, I can slow down for a minute, or it's nothing like I don't have consultations this morning, but I want to do something by myself before a client comes. I might actually not have on the same thing that I came into the studio with and a full face of makeup by the time the client comes because I was just spending time with myself.
Mm.
Um, I do those things, and then I also journal. So I'm an avid journaler. I'm an avid processor of ideas and a huge planner. So I will journal like just cathartically, just to just kind of decompress. And yeah, so
Okay. Okay.
yeah, those are my
I love it. I love it. That's
talking to
amazing.
myself. Well, like six of them, they be talking to themselves.
Do you have any tips for any future clients seeking their first tattoo?
Do the research. We don't all do the same thing. So please don't try and force the artist that you want to work with into the box that you think they should work within. It is not fair, and you're not going to get the product that you were hoping to get guaranteed. So do the research. Make sure that artist is keen on your idea. Communicate with them. If they are not, or if it's not something that they do, accept a referral, or hit the bricks again and find the artist who is actually willing to do that piece in the way that you see it, or is willing to give you positive and healthy feedback on how you can accomplish that piece. I'm going to say that again: positive and healthy feedback on how you can accomplish that piece, because a lot of people will come in and they want something exactly how they see it in their mind, and our job is to let you know whether it's something that cannot be accomplished that way for long term on your skin. And customers have to hear that. So if it's something that they're willing to do, but they are going to have to make changes, listen to what your artist has to say as you choose them. Um, and be great. Like, trust the journey. It's a journey. It's not, it's not actually about the tattoo at all in
Okay.
real life.
Any tips for up and coming artists or people who are thinking about becoming a tattoo artist?
Treat it like treat it with as much care as you would treat it if you're trying to find an apprenticeship is the word I'm looking for.
Mm.
Treat it with as much care as you would to find a job. You're not actually trying to find a job. You're trying to find someone who is going to care enough and believe in you enough for a tattoo career,
Mm.
which goes way longer. It says something when people are too lazy or don't have a portfolio, or it's just on Instagram and you're just lazily messaging people in DMs. If you're not going to do that to get a job, don't do that to any artist to get a career.
Mm.
That shows how much you actually care about what you have going on and what you want to step into. And that's probably not the look you're going for. Just saying. And if that's not the look you're going for, then you need to show up for the job that you actually want to acquire. So show up.
Great advice. Any last question, actually. Last question. What kind of impact do you want to have on the Black community? Or maybe just the tattoo
Hey,
industry? What'd you say?
hey. No. So self-love, body positivity, self-expression for long-term wellness. I realize that we don't all have the luxury, and I say luxury because it is a luxury to be able to go to therapy. We don't all have that luxury, but we will make ways to self-medicate, and that includes tattoo. And that's a-okay. But know that tattoo, once you embrace it, tattoo actually, it helps you um, rewrite the things about what you see about almost any trauma, any pain. any negative things that you see. Like you can rewrite that into something positive with tattoo, and it's a beautiful thing. So I would like to see more Black people actually embrace tattoo, not as just something pop culture, but something that is more healing for them. That is, it's innately within us. It's within our birthright. So I would like to see a lot more Black people return to that and return to it in a healthy, productive way, not just the pop culture way.
I love it, Imani. I love it. Well, let us know. Let everyone know where they can find you first.
So, actually, the best place to find me is going to be littleinkplayshop.com. My studio is Little Ink Play Shop. Ink play is one word. I play in ink, haha. But you can find me there, and on all platforms is also Little Ink Play Shop. So, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, we are all over that jam. So just come say what up.
Nice. All right, Imani. Thank you so much for being a part of this interview and just giving us your words. They truly, truly mean a lot.
No problem. Thank you. I appreciate it. Congrats on everything. Keep going.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
No problem.
All right. Bye, Imani.
Bye.